What is good, y'all? It's Anime K here, and we are back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about a new thing that I just found and would like to recommend to you guys, right? So basically, this new anime movie that I found is called Flavors of Youth. And basically, to touch on the Flavors of Youth and to explain what it's about, it's basically got 3 short stories in one. The movie is an hour and 40 minutes, around that, but it's just really great. And I found it by chance because I was scrolling through Netflix, right? I was bored. I was up about 2, 3 in the morning. And I go on Netflix and then I see this thing called Flavors of Youth, and I wasn't too keen on it. I wasn't too sure because I'm not really a big fan of short stories, but I'll get into why in a second. But it was really good. So to tell you what it's about without spoiling anything, it's got 3 short stories, like I said. So the first one is about a guy reminiscing on his childhood, and he basically has to go back home because his nan dies. He just basically reminisces on what his childhood was like growing up with his nana and the girl he used to like at school. And it's just basically, the first kind of story is him just reminiscing on his childhood and his past and how life was easier back then, which I'm sure we can all relate to, you know, especially if you're watching this and you're you're a bit older, you know, spanning from the ages of 18 to whatever age, right? You can, or really any age, you can reminisce on the past and maybe how, you know, you forgot certain stuff from your past or how easy life used to be. Now, number 2 is a woman. She is a middle-aged woman and she is a model, but obviously in the modeling game, it's a young person's game. And as you get older, especially for women, when they get older, they find it harder, not just with her with the modeling job, but find it harder to get older in general in life. You know, you start looking at yourself different. Maybe they're looking in the mirror and maybe looking at themselves and thinking they're not so as beautiful as they was in their youthful days. But the main point of this story touches on an aging model battling against the younger kind of generation, because, you know, it happens with everything. You know, the younger generation always comes up and takes the older generation's spot, and that's what she's kind of fighting against. Also, she has to take care of her little sister as well, which is obviously hard on her too, being that she's fairly young herself, having to take care of her sister. Which I won't say anything else about the story, but again, that's story 2. Really great stories. Now, number 3 touches on regret. Number 3 touches on regret about this guy who liked this girl in school but never asked her out, and you can see he really regrets it, and he finds out one of her old tapes and he goes all the way back to his old hometown, goes back to his room to listen to this tape that he got from a girl that he liked back in high school. But that's the kind of main point of the third story, just touches on regret. And I feel like what I took from the third story is, you know, you should, especially if you're young watching this, but any age really, you know, if you got something you want to do, just go for it and have no regrets, because having regret in life can really, it's a really tough thing to deal with regret, you know, especially when it's regret of something that you wanted to do when you were younger but maybe can't do it now. The overall point of the story is just to go for it. Just go for it. But after now that I've touched on all 3 stories, let's talk about what I was talking about, how I don't really like short stories normally, right? Now, if you get easily attached to characters like I do, because especially I get really attached, especially if the story's good, I get really attached to these characters, and the 3 stories were really, really good. All 3 of them could have easily been turned into animes, especially I would say with the second story, but all 3 of them could have easily been turned into animes. That's how good the short stories were. And if you do get easily attached to characters, then just watch out, because I'm telling you right now, you'll get attached and you will start loving the story, and then boom, it will just switch to the next story. But overall, it's really, really good and it's really interesting. It's only an hour and something like 14 minutes, so it's not too long. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Tell me if you do end up watching Flavors of Youth. I watched it on Netflix, so if you guys are wondering where you can find it, you can probably find it on Netflix, or I'm sure if not on Netflix, I'm sure if you don't have Netflix, which most people do, I'm sure it will be on and other sites as well, but if you're interested in watching it. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. If you do end up watching it, comment down below what your favorite stories are of the 3. My personal favorite was story number 3, but number 2 is definitely a close second. But yeah, thank you for watching and peace. This has been Anime K.